How's you got today, everyone? This is the Offended Gas bringing you part 13 of Shadowbringers. Last time we managed to dispel the illusions of the Fae Folk by getting them to, well, not share me, the precious sapling. I'm precious. Almost as precious as Feo Ul! Anyway, we're going to talk to Thancred now because we're about to be meeting up with Urianger finally. And here we are, long last. I give you Urianger's humble abode. Come, let's see if he's home. It can't be that easy, right? He's probably not here. I hope so, though. Yeah, come on, if there's a cutscene, he's gotta be here, man. I cannot wait to see him in Y'shtola. I know Y'shtola's not gonna be here, and if she was, then like, but she's not gonna be. She's over in her whole area. Yay, voice cutscene! Probably. Oh, he probably loves this place.
Urianger, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends his way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out, but ne'er did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon.
Aw, he looks good. So, I said this in the last episode. Oh, wait, hang on.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
So, Urianger, Alphinaud, and Y'shtola are all, like, A-tier redesigns. I think they look fucking fantastic. And I actually really like being able to see his face. I don't know why. I just do. They're A-tier. Thancred is... Oh, sorry, and Minfilia are A-tier. Y'shtola is S-tier. Everybody else still looks really good. It's B. There's not, like, anything less than B-tier. But I think, like, Alisaie is, like... You know, I actually think I preferred her design in, you know, Heaven Towards Stormblood, all that stuff. She doesn't look bad, but I think I did prefer her design. But everybody still looks really good. And even then, the design with Alisaie is completely biased. Like, I just really I like the coattails and trench coats and stuff, and robes and shit, so... It's good to see you, too.
Run along, Minfilia. We will meet you outside. Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already?
Everyone but Y'shtola. We got Alphinaud and Alisaie back together, but they're dealing with these crazy, cute, but crazy Fae Folk right now.
That Master Alphinaud and Mistress Alisaie now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Dude, Urianger, it's just, I think he is designed well. And getting to see his face consistently again, because like if I remember, I only saw it like once, maybe more than that, but I specifically remember in the like battle with the Warrior of Darkness that came from here that we got to see him, see his face. I don't remember if there was another time. I don't know what it is. I just think he looks fucking cool. I might bump him up to S tier with Thancred just because I love his face.
As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile. Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more. For the weapon spared not one, not even thee. An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th umbral calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
It's a chart of the elements.
Indeed. 'Tis a rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source.
Sorry, I didn't have anything to say because I started crying. As soon as I was already sad, but as soon as I saw, oh god, Kryl, Tataru, and the Scions, I couldn't do it anymore.
As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition. Astral, the active. Umbral, the passive.
I play astrology and I know all about that.
As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral.
Instead, they do...
Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer.
I love Urianger.
Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
Makes sense, I guess.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the two forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphinaud, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
We would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Il Mheg. Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Urianger, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake. To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation.
Of course you have, Urianger.
Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
And I'd welcome it, old friend. This game is fucking amazing, man. This shit is so good. This fucking game is amazing. Fucking amazing! Sorry. It's fucking awesome! Courting cooperation. Urianger fixes you with his gaze. My friend, ere I speak of the task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? I'm curious. Did you take up astrology? Indeed. Though the night be lost, behind the shroud of minding light, doubt not that but which the stars shine still. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretcheth before us. Blah, blah, blah. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself. Let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we are to enter Lilga, I forgot how we pronounced it, we must needs gain the Pixies' cooperation. It is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Thancred, pray assist me in this endeavor. He shrugged. Meanwhile, Shosov, I bid thee obtain that which pleases their eyes. In these parts, there abideth Vildkin, known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle within which thou mayest capture a weakened specimen. Thank you. This game is fucking awesome! The game's been, I mean, don't get me wrong, I remember even said in like episode 1, I was like, hey, I'm gonna get hype and cry and stuff and blah blah blah. I haven't really had too much to get too hype about yet, but like, god damn! Oh yeah, I gotta catch a weekend one, right? Probably shouldn't have summoned Muhammad on its face then. Oh fuck! I'll do it again! Nice. Thank you, Bahamut. Thou art returned. Went thou able to capture a hawker? Yeah, here you go. I don't know how I got it in there. Ah, a truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast their vibrant colors. Thancred too should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray, take thine ease meanwhile. And then Thancred doesn't reappear. Probably has something to do with Minfilia, assuming that it goes awry. I see him, so never mind. I gotta just guess what I'm thinking. I'll give you my thoughts.
The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts.
I love Urianger's voice. I love all these voice
I
actors.
Forget.
Sorry. That shit made me cry. I'm a little nasally now. I was trying to hold it in and I couldn't.
White auracite, newly forged for thy use. Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary. Our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
Leave it to you, Urianger. Uh-oh. Is Minfilia... Okay, I was about to say, is he waiting for her? Is she not going to come in? But now she's here.
In now?
You're already inside!
Assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you.
No. Oh! I wonder if he views her as like a daughter almost now, especially with him getting up there in age. And her being, you know, noticeably younger.
Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me. Which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether.
Yeah.
I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire.
Oh, she looks so happy. So she's infusing energy into his ammunition because he can't even do the thing that I heard about in the lore where you can like put ether along the gunblade itself if you didn't have ammunition filled with ether.
Hast thou spoken to him of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Oh no. But yeah, that's actually, I enjoy that because I know there's like a lore reason that you don't even have to have bullets or, you know, shells, anything filled with ether. Because you can kind of, apparently the gunbreakers can like channel ether through the gun itself. Like that's why there's gun blades without barrels that wouldn't have room for ammunition in the first place. It's because they can channel ether along the blade, and it, you know, when it tips and hits the point, it sort of sends out flying his energy. So Thancred can't do that, so he has, you know, one with a barrel. But then where's the question of, well, how's he doing gunbreaker stuff? And they just answered it. Minfilia is actually enhancing his ammunition and, you know, infusing ether and magic into them, ethereal magic, whatever, so that he can actually do this stuff. And I think that's super fucking cool. I actually forgot that he came, so I appreciate that. I completely forgot.
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any.
So this is a hard game to commentate on.
As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past.
Because there's like so much going on. I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm also trying to commentate and talk about stuff, but, you know, sometimes I just can't. So forgive me about that, and also forgive if sometimes I'm kind of distracting or in the way. I try not to talk while they're talking if possible.
Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Il Mheg, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. It was there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Oh, great. Damn it, the echo and its crazy bullshit giving me migraines.
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian. This child is but a vessel. One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
Minfilia, wait!
What happened?
Oh, God. My emotions.
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it. I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
How do you want this to end, Thancred?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I sometimes forget that some of the Scions are older than they appear. The only one I ever remember is older is Y'shtola. But
sorry
you know,
it
she's
took
only
so
of 23
long.
summers
It was so
or whatever.
hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Leader Loran.
I definitely see where you're coming from, Thancred, and I feel deeply for you. But ultimately, you have to... If you really love Minfilia in whatever way it is that you do, you will respect her wishes, my friend. I hope they don't pull a Last of Us on us and do some crazy bullshit with him. Because I'll never forget the ending to The Last of Us. That actually threw me for a fucking insane... Like, it was insane. I probably should have picked those quest ups so I don't have to run all the way back over here, but whatever. It's good. It's fine. Not like I'm sobbing. Again, it's pretty unlikely this game will make me straight up sob. It's very... They'd have to kill a few characters for that shit to happen. I guess, to be fair, I did sob when I thought that Gosetsu had passed in, after, Kugane Castle. We weren't expecting you all back so soon. We had scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day, and the wings are the loveliest we've ever seen. You've done us a great kindness, and it's Fae custom to return the gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need to but name it. Is that worth more than the 500? Nope. Let's go with Piety. Okay, read that. Okay, the key to the castle. Sulween regards you with a magnificent expression. Munificent? I can't tell what that says. My eyes are hazy and sad and full of wetness. I was a sad panda. Is this voiced as well? No. So, what is it that you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals aren't wont to collect, perhaps. We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry to Ligia. I think that was how it's pronounced, but I don't know. What a strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that is what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others. You've clearly been busy, Urianger. Would you be so kind to tell us what we've missed? What a... Dude, fuck, this game is so good. Sorry if you ever notice weird cuts. I'm like either fixing something or my eye or my dog needs to go outside. And so it happens during cutscenes again, you know. So that was the purpose of these gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? Aye, my lady. By circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler, ruler Titania. I forget how that's pronounced, so forgive me if I'm butchering stuff, by the way. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought to the last Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won. But all that horrible light that came out and then went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Yeah, they did talk about that actually. I believe specifically Lina had said that was what would happen, and the Crystal Exarch knew that, you know, with us it'd be okay. Now, their king only in name, not the remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4, and wove each into a different relic, to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been in our safekeeping for years and years, but we've decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your deaths, We thought we should at least let you try. That way we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fa or Foth. The stone scepter is with the Numoi, and the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. Good luck finding them all. We better get to it then. The facts thus disclosed confirm mine own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us... What? Let us hie to the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Foth. If we call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. Okay. Urianger uses words I've just never heard of or seen. I like to consider myself relatively well-versed in literature, but definitely not to the fucking degree that he is. Hey, leave it- Ow! It spat on me! Hello? To the south. I mean, it's like right here. It's probably up on that, so let's just go grab it real quick. I try to grab these in the video occasionally, but I grabbed like 2 or 3, I think 2, before I started... damn it. Before I started up this particular episode, which I think was 13. I said it at the beginning. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Entreaty, I guess, is how that was pronounced? Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Foth are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake. What? Says Alphinaud. Uh-oh. I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. I thought he learned how to... Well, I guess to be fair, it was out of desperation when we went to go find Gosetsu. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Urianger? I'm not sure I've ever asked. Can he not swim either? Rather than swim, mayhap it would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. Is that actually something we're gonna get? That'd be cool. You too, Urianger. Thought you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together, we shall conquer the waves. Oh wait, can he not swim either? Is that the joke? Well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty from mortals, what a treat. I don't know if these guys are supposed to have the accent, but... Aye. My comrades and I are on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would... What? Oh god, I thought there was a space there. We would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, you may have it, you may have it. Just like that. What do you want from us? Oh, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean that much to us is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us, for we fought. It's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of our fairy king, nor the world for that matter. Okay. Having said that, we do so seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate, and come hither to our domain, Il Mheg. In your tongue, it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes. And so it should, for we are one with the water. I gotta sneeze. Our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through. Give us thrilling sport, and we will give you the crown. Okay, a dungeon. Nifty. I'm actually gonna have to end this episode here, though, and I'll start the next episode with the dungeon. I'm gonna actually, and next episode we will be showing off the trust system because of timing, and my brother ended up getting, I didn't want to make him wait anymore, and we didn't really talk about it, but I kind of figured he would anyway, and he definitely got way farther ahead, and my friend Luca, who I would love to feature in this video, our schedules conflict pretty bad, so he is not on either. So I guess I will try out the trust system, and I asked my brother about it, and he agrees that we should I should show off the trust system in at least one video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. I know that I did. And it's great to see Urianger again, and despite crying, it was good because it's good story stuff, and that's why I cried. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell to get notified if you haven't already, and to check out some videos here in the end screen that I tripped over my whatever. There'll be stuff in the end screen in the outro here in a second. Anyway, see you all next time. Peace out, everyone.